going on in the country. And so immediately we finish, we'll invite questions. If you want to ask any question, you can ask. We'll not restrict you much. We want to be as interactive as possible because we know you deserve to get any information from us. But in the meantime, we want to address a matter that we don't want it to be lost to observers in this country. Now, we watched with a lot of concern the press conference that was addressed by the leadership of National Cohesion and Integration Commission. And the press conference was addressed by Francis Ole Kaparo, a very respected lawyer in this country, a former speaker, probably the longest serving, I'm not sure, speaker of parliament since independence, and a person who is entrusted with running a very key institution, an institution whose value has even increased following the recent developments in the country. This commission is responsible for cohesion and integration. But listening to Mr. Ole Kaparo, we are shocked to the core. The members of parliament who are here today, the two of us, are shocked with the way Francis Ole Kaparo addressed the nation. We expected the chairman of National Cohesion and Integration Commission to address the nation after proper soul searching and after he's convinced that he had something very important to talk about. But when we listened to him, he repeated the issue of election, which should take place within 60 days, which everyone else has spoken about, so nothing new. Then he went ahead to condemn those who are demonstrating and attacked the destruction of property. Perfectly within his province, he can do that. But we are concerned that much as he continued to attack the demonstrators, he completely forgot to address the issues of killings in this country. The killings that we are very clear of is orchestrated and is done by the state. We expected the chairman of National Cohesion and Integration Commission to condemn those killings, and not just condemn, even tell this country the steps that his commission has taken to address that particular issue. Because what we see in this country, the police killings that we have seen, is not just ordinary police killing. It is targeted at a section of the society of this country. And the commission, if you look at the act setting up the commission, we were very clear that this commission was to address issues that would split this country, issues that would, if there is attempt to target a section of this society, if there is attempt to target a particular community, like in this case, it is evident that the killings by the police are directed at a specific ethnic community. Therefore, one would have expected Kaparo to come out strongly and condemn these attacks and tell us what he's doing in the meantime to address this problem. Secondly, just not long ago, a few days ago, we are aware that is the sister commission, which is basically doing almost similar work as National Cohesion and Integration Commission, that is Kenya National Human Rights Commission, has come out with a report where they have even tabulated the number of people who have lost their lives in the hands of police. We expected Kaparo's commission to tell us what they have done in terms of investigating those matter, the matter of killings. The other thing that we expected Kaparo to talk about is on some individuals, some politicians across the board. And I want to single out Kimani Ichung'wah, whose tweet, I know he has denied it, but denial is not enough. We want Kaparo to investigate this matter, because what Kimani Ichung'wah did, the MP for Kikuyu, was basically to call for the extinction, or rather elimination, of members of the Luo community. in this country. These are matters that we expected the chairman of the National Cohesion and Integration Commission, who is paid handsomely with the taxpayers' money, is not supposed to take sides just to address issues that Jubilee has been addressing, but also to consider issues that NASA have. In his entire speech, you would think he was speaking for Jubilee government. And I think Francis Kaparo needs to realize that his position, we created that position through a statute, and it can, that commission, we can use the same statute to get rid of that commission. If he feels, if he cannot run that commission, he should tell Kenyans, instead of pretending to be running a commission which has basically transformed itself to another branch of Jubilee. In fact, we are scared that Jubilee is taking over these agencies. Jubilee is taking over commissions. You can see now IEBC is almost becoming JEBC. In my view, this is not even Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission. What we have today is Jubilee Electoral and Boundaries Commission, which has 4 commissioners, 2 commissioners still hanging on there out of the 6. 1 has already quit. There were 7 IEBC commissioners. We know in that commission there are 4 who are basically Jubilee Electoral and Boundaries Commission. They are the ones who are remaining. The other 2 are just hanging in there. So what am I saying in short? That we are staring at a dangerous trend where institutions which were set in place, in fact we were saying that this constitution of 2010 has created 4 arms of government instead of 3. There is the executive, the judiciary, the legislature, but we also created commissions and independent officers. But the trend is developing where these commissions that we created have become appendage of the executive, and Jubilee is now running this institution as if they are part of the executive. It is a shame, and I want to tell Ole Kaparo that shame on him. He should speak like one who chairs a national commission, not a commission that is partisan. Thank you very much. I want to ask Honorable Memusi just to add his voice, then we'll invite questions.
Probably the leader of minority has said it all, but I just want to respectfully address Mzee Kaparo, and I say respectfully because he's from my community, and for us in our community, we have to address our leaders respectfully. But as we address them respectfully, we know that this country is bigger than all of us. Mzee Kaparo holds a very sensitive docket. This country right now is divided into half. We all know that. And it has been divided by politicians. But a constitution foresaw these challenges and created bodies or commissions like the one headed by Kaparo. Kaparo has got an opportunity to serve this country impartially, to leave a legacy that future generations would say, when Kenya was divided by politicians, one Mzee Kaparo stood his ground and stood for what is right. Right now, we are not seeing Kaparo doing that. We are not seeing Kaparo standing for what is right for this country. We are seeing him being used by the government of the day. As Mbadi has rightly put it, Kaparo has talked about destruction of property, but forgotten even babies who have been shot by policemen. We know it's just the other month that this country buried Baby Pendo after the general election. We have forgotten Baby Pendo and moved on. And as we move on as a country, we again have a baby, I think Chantel, who was shot by police. Kaparo has forgotten to speak about that. We are calling upon Kaparo, and not just Kaparo, all those heading independent commissions led by one Chebukati, who right now the country is looking at him as this country is waiting to celebrate Mashujaa Day tomorrow, I'm calling upon Chebukati to come out and be a hero that will be counted in the history of this country as one. How does he do that? Let him own up that IBC is not able and cannot give Kenyans credible elections on 26th. Let him come out and say, if my life will be taken because of standing for the truth, let it be that. But I come out and tell Kenyans that IBC is not ready. We expect that from Chebukati. He said yesterday that with Raila Amolo Odinga not being on the ballot, it complicates matters. And we are saying Raila will not be in the ballot because we are not just going for elections for the sake of it. This country is going for elections to elect a leader who will be given the mandate of Kenyans. Not half the country, not a leader who will be chosen by not even half the country. We want a leader who will, if Uhuru wins elections, I'm sure, very sure, that Raila will shake his hand and will move on. But let it be the same. In a free, fair elections, if Raila wins, let Uhuru be willing to shake Raila's hand and they also move on. We as leaders are concerned that independent bodies are not coming out to stand for the country, but they are coming out to speak on behalf of Jubilee. It's a big concern.
Thank you.